Ember pressurizing in the frozen room air. Warm glow moving like it's pulling everywhere. Cold lines shimmer in a fractured tone. Shadow in the silence standing on its own. Deep room humming with a quiet spark. Frozen air shifting through the heavy dark. Ember pressure leaving its mark. Ember pressure through the frozen rooms. Warm air glowing in the icy blooms. Pressure line rolling with a steady beat. Low line motion underneath my feet. Shadow climbing in a rising line. Deep room echo bending Pressure cutting through a rising flame. Pressure line twisting in a cold tone spark. Deep room echo moving through the dark.